On a gorgeous southern afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Atlanta, Georgia, and inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Atlanta Falcons. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. A handoff running left is Gibson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. You talk about this Falcon defense. Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
2nd and 7. They'll go again with Gibson. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. They'll stay about 3 yards shy of the first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. How about this defense that came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. 4th down, Levis. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. And that could be a major momentum swing here early.
Because the defense stopped them. How great is that? They go for it on the first drive of the game. They're the ones trying to establish something, trying to assert a little dominance. And guess what? You turn it back on them and give the ball to your own offense. I agree with you. It could change momentum in a big way.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The Falcons at 3-5, 2 games under 500. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third and 2. Ridder will set up to throw it. It's complete to Robinson. They'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons! Bijan Robinson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons are on the board first here this afternoon. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. 1-7 their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
Sheds him off at the 45. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 41. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get them about 5 yards.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Ready?
First down, here's Ridder. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. You look at this defense for the Vikings. They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defense coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And down to the 36-yard line here. 41 yards on the ground for him so far.
But this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Ritter back to throw. And this one is incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
So on fourth down, Ritter heads to the sideline. Younghoe Koo gets set for the Atlanta field goal. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Second down, here's Levis. That's down the field for Jefferson. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Minnesota. 45 yards.
First down, Minnesota.
10-0 the score after one. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now a 2nd and 6. A second down throw from Levis. Complete. Jefferson the target. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Levis. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Well, they go play action. Here's Levis. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. 3rd and goal, here's Levis. Pass complete to Osborne. Touchdown! K.J. Osborne from 10 yards out. And the Vikings are back within a score. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is, what, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Shot 17. Hut.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Ready.
Ritter. Short throw caught by Pitts. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing.
Okay,
as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll run with a former Viking, Cordero Patterson. It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Ready up.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Set.
On 1st down, going back to Patterson. Cordero Patterson! Touchdown, Falcons! Cordero Patterson scoring a touchdown against his former mates as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. That throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Levis now off of play action. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
First down, Vikings.
Straight ahead, Gibson. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't.
Here's a diving catch right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Addison from 19 yards away. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment. Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Ready.
On second down, a run with Patterson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Now this is going to be a quarterback draw. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. He has enough for the first down on the keeper, a gain of 6.
Set, hut. Ready.
Here's Ritter. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On the ready.
Second and 10.
Hut, hut.
Ritter to throw it. And complete to Drake London. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Ritter and London team up there. First down, Atlanta.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Ready.
And they run the option on second down. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on first and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Ready, ready.
Straight ahead, Patterson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Ready.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down.
Set, go.
On play action, here's Ritter. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And also a career-long kick for the veteran Charles.
He just got done there. We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. First and 10, it's Levis. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Play action now. Levis. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A very solid gain of 27. Now a first and 10 at the 11. And Levis going back to the air. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Second and 10 at the 3-yard line.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Vikings 14.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Ready.
Ritter throwing on 3rd down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And Danielle Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Fielded at the 33. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
At their own 40-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Here's Levis. Pressure comes and down he goes. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Off the play fake, Levis. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now here's Levis now on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now brings up 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And it will be Falcon football.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Ready?
Back to throw, Ritter. Incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Ritter will set up to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
1st and 10, it's Patterson. Takes it to about the 37.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37.
Ready?
Ritter from the gun. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
Ready?
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Ritter now. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Ritter completes this quickly, and they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. And he is caught. And he's going to have the Falcons first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Patterson running between the tackles. He'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6. Option left, and Ritter keeps it. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running. On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
On the double.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Ritter back to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
That one was tipped up in the air and fortunately fell away for the defense, because if the offense is able to grab that one, that's a short little jaunt into the end zone, because there's not enough reaction time off of a tip ball for the defense to rally and make a tackle. They were very fortunate on that play.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Ritter. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Danielle Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Younghoe Koo for the Falcons field goal.
Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So 3 field goals that he's let down. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
On 1st down, Levis. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Grady Jarrett, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Another forceful rush there by Jarrett. Not a lot of help for him making these types of plays last season. Managed 6 sacks, which led Atlanta. But good news, the Falcons, they've overhauled their defense this offseason. He should have a lot more help now.
And he's going to be taken down. He's sacked on the final play of this 3rd quarter. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Levis back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Falcons are going to get it back here just past the 35. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback?
Cordero Patterson. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. 113 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. That's going to be caught by Pitts. Touchdown Falcons. Kyle Pitts, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Back to the air on 2nd down, Levis. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
I think he thought he had his first read open on that one, but they were obviously ready for that throw, and that's just a lack of experience showing. Young quarterback stared his man down the whole way, and they were more than happy to sit on that route and bring home the INT.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Cordero Patterson with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Falcons have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A yard all they need, but it's third down. Well, they go play action. Here's Levis. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time now. Here's Levis. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
At the 35-yard line.
Here's Patterson again. Oh, nice move. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 154 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Third down, here's Patterson. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So on fourth down, Ritter heads to the sideline. Younghoe Koo gets set for the Atlanta field goal. Koo knocks this one through the post. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but They'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. Down to about the 45.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And they'll indeed take a knee. And they will take a knee here. This game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.